Good afternoon, my friends. It's Laura Milligan, and I'm coming to you from the Bee Spot in Canton, Ohio. I am a day late than normal. Normally I go live on Monday, but couldn't do it yesterday, so I'm doing it today instead. It's Tuesday, and I keep thinking all day that it's Monday, but it really isn't, so my schedule's kind of out of whack. But thank you for tuning in. If you're there, say hi. I always love to know who's watching. If you're watching on replay, thank you for watching the replay. And be sure to comment as well, because every week, whatever project I make during my live, I randomly draw a name from all those that have commented, and that lucky person gets the card or project, whatever that I make. Normally it's a card. So today I am going to, I have a couple fun things I'm going to show you. I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera. Well, you know what, before I do that, let me show you. This is probably the best way to see this box. This is this big, beautiful box full of goodness. Let me show you the front. It says Norway. I got this from Stampin' Up. They spoil us. There are, I think it's about 380-ish demonstrators that earned the incentive trip to the fjords of Norway, which is next week. And so they sent us a box of goodies for before the trip. Normally they would give us these, they call them pillow gifts, and they would give them to us every night when we go back to our cabin. At the end of the day, there would be a surprise gift there. But this year they decided, because a couple of the things are sort of big, they decided they would send them to us ahead of time, which is actually really fun. So they all arrived in that box, and I thought you might like to see what's inside. So let me go ahead and switch my camera view down. Let me make sure, let me check for some comments. It takes a minute, I know, to connect. Just want to make sure that I'm in the right place and that some of you are watching. Give it just a minute. Hope you all had a great weekend. For those of you that celebrated Mother's Day, either yourself or with your mom, or if you were thinking of a loved one, happy Mother's Day to you all. Okay, there's Terry. Hi, Terry. You're live today. And Anne and Myra. Who else is here? Colleen. Hi, Colleen. Hi, friends. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my view down, and I will show you what was in this box of goodness from Norway. Okay, I guess I don't need this. Well, I'll leave that here for now. Okay, so let me open this up. The box is bulging. All right, so we got, first of all, of course, they sent a cute card. This is one of the new embossing folders, and I just love the colors of this. Hi, Sarah. So that was our card. It says congratulations, and there's a little note from Sarah and Shelley. Then we got this really cool rolling pin, and I haven't unwrapped it yet. I was kind of waiting because I liked even the wrapping of it. I don't know if I can, yeah, you know what, I'll be able to, I can just slide this down. But of course, they don't miss a beat. Everything is beautifully packaged, and look how cool this is. I'm going to have to look for a recipe to make something with this, but isn't that cool? We got that. We got this gorgeous Norwegian sweater, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see the whole thing, but it's beautiful. It's like a fleece line collar, because we are expecting cold weather there. Well, they're saying between the 40s and 60s. So, but I wanted to show you, again, another special touch on the sleeve is the Stampin' Up! Logo. I love when they do that. It makes it very special. Makes us feel special. Okay, then I got a raincoat, because we may have rain. So they sent us this kind of like a travel fold-up raincoat with the Stampin' Up! Logo, which I love. I love that. Love that. We'll be putting that to good use. Then we got two pairs of, look how cute these socks are. This one has foxes and owls on it, and then this one is just flowers. Look how fun and cute. And again, everything is beautifully packaged. It all coordinates. Super cute. Then we got, like I said, they don't miss a thing. We got luggage tags, all coordinated, of course. Those are fun. I have a whole collection of these. This is my 22nd incentive trip, and so I have gotten sets of luggage tags every year, and I've saved almost all of them. Kind of fun. Then we got a pin. Norway Stampin' Up. I have a great collection of pins too from over the years. That's really nice. Then we got this, and this is like a, I actually almost bought one of these to take with me, but it's when you're, at least what I think it is when you are traveling and you have the pull-up handle on your suitcase. I always rest my tote bag on the top of my suitcase and it always falls off. Well, this, you can actually wrap it around. You hook it to your suitcase and wrap it around so that your bag doesn't fall off. So, that was kind of cool. So that was a fun little surprise. So that is the contents of my box. I think I'll keep the box just as a keepsake. It's great for storage and that sort of thing. So that was fun. I just thought you might want to take a sneak peek of all the goodness. Okay, so then I want to share with you, these are the 2 cards I made last week. These feature the Marvelous Nature stamp set. This is one of my favorite stamp sets in the catalog, and it just caught my eye immediately because I love birds, and I love that it's like a reverse. It's like the ink actually inks the background as opposed to like the birds and the fern. So this one is going to Myra, and Myra, you are all, I saw your name here watching, so Myra, I'm going to send that to you. And then this one is going to Cindy Geist. So Cindy, that will be coming your way. Love that stamp set. All right, and then I got some cards in the mail that I wanted to share with you. I got a few. So this is from my friend Kathy. So beautiful. This is I think it was called All Abloom. It was one of the hybrid embossing folders that we have, the bundle with that. Love this. Love the purple color and the little bit of sparkle. All the details, super, super pretty. This one's from Terry. Terry's watching today. This was one that we did, or pretty close to anyway, one that we did in my Queen Bee class. So thank you, Terry. I think Terry's watching too. This one's from my sister. She sent me the cutest Queen Bee little figure, I don't know, statue figure for my garden because she knows I'm gardening. And this is from, yeah, she says maybe this will scare away the groundhog. I have a groundhog in our yard, and I don't like groundhogs because I'm a gardener and I don't want him eating my flowers. But anyway, this was from a paper pumpkin a couple years ago, I think, and it's super cute trifold card. So thank you, Sarah. She's watching too. This is a beautiful card from my friend Amy. Love the colors, love everything about this. I love how she did the words on this panel and then made it flush with that. Love the colors of the plants and the vase. That's beautiful. And the butterflies. Love that. Thank you, Amy. And then this beautiful card is from my friend Sandra. This is some new paper and this is that Berry Burst color. So beautiful. And I love how she did the words. So thank you, Sandra, for that. Love getting cards in the mail. Don't we all? Don't we all? Okay. So I had shared, I guess it was last week, I needed a gift card holder for someone, and so I thought I would just come up with something real quick. And so I made a gift card, and I just took a quick picture of it and put it on my Facebook page, and I got so many comments and people asking about it. So what I thought I would do today was to just show you how I made it. So what I used, let me pull my catalog in here. So I used the Cheerful Daisy bundle, but I also used this new bundle, the set of dies, and they're called Countryside Corner. Well, it's Countryside Corners bundle, and then I used the Countryside Corner dies. And let me show you those. This is what they look like. They're really cool. And so what you can do is, like, you can put two of these together, and I'm sure I will at some point do a Facebook Live with these, but you can put two of these together and create a frame, and they all layer on top of each other. But the neat thing about this bundle is the stamp set has all this detail on it, but it's one stamp. So you can stamp this and then cut out however you want to cut out these layers, or maybe just use the big die. You can see here how they've cut some of the detail. They cut just the, let's see, it looks like I think it's this one here with the little flowers. They cut that particular one out to highlight it, but there's so many things you can do with this bundle, and I will definitely be showing you some more. But what I did for the gift card holder is, hi Judy, how are you? Judy, I will be seeing you in Norway. Looking forward to seeing you. So what I did was I used the two largest dies, and the first die I cut with Lemon Lolly cardstock, one of our new core colors that I love, 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 love. It's one of my favorites. And then I also cut the next size then, and this is the Lemon Lolly. This is from the Subtles Designer Series paper stack. You can see, let me just flip through the Subtles. Love these new patterns. I love I love polka dot anything, but those are our Subtles, and so this was cut. The Lemon Lolly is one of our new Subtles, so I cut that. And then I used, let me bring these other pieces in here. I used the large die. Let me put this away. I'm trying to keep organized here. Then maybe I can find things when I'm looking for them, right? Okay, so I'm going to use this die, and I love this one because it's one pass through the die cutting machine. It comes out looking like this. So you get 3 flowers and the leaves. And then I also used, with the Lemon Lolly, I used the little banner shape. So I've already cut those out ahead of time. And I'm just going to show you how I put this together. It's a really quick, easy gift card holder. And I like to give gift cards. I think it's a nice gift. One size fits all, right? So I'm just going to take these two pieces, and this was a hard one for me because I like the polka dot and I also like the stripes. So the sample that I made that I'll show you in a minute, I put the polka dot side up, but I think for this, just to make it different, I'm going to do the stripes. So I'm just going to line that up and fold it, give it a crisp fold. I'll do the same thing with this. Just line this up. Take my bone folder and give that a nice crisp fold. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some glue on this piece and just tuck it right there against that fold line. So let me get my glue. And I'm mainly going to just concentrate on the edges. Put a little bit on the middle there, but I'm just going to make sure this is centered. I'm just going to eyeball it, but okay, so there we have that. Basically, that's it. We're just gonna add some decoration now, just kind of fancy it up a little bit. So I'm going to first take, before I finish the decorating part, I'm going to take this die, and some of these, so it did not poke out all the little holes and things, which that does not bother me. It never does. I kind of like the look. Some people I know like to poke everything out. I'm going to poke the edges of the flower out, but I'm going to leave the center, especially on this big one. I'm going to leave that there. Same thing with these 3. And then what I did was I just took my paper snips and just snipped this. This is designed so that it's really, really easy to cut apart. That. Just, you can see where there's just a little space, just a little bit of cardstock there. And then I'm going to go back and just trim the little tab off, because we don't need that on there. And same thing here, just cut that off. Same thing there. And then I'll cut this one apart. So I'm going to end up with 3 flowers. I didn't use the leaves for this, but I'll save that. I could have actually just tucked it under there, but I used the die that creates just the real delicate little leaves. And I cut those out with garden green. Okay, so then what I did, I took these 3 images and I'm switching it up a little bit from what I shared last week, but I'm going to take a small blending brush. I love these. These are the ones, the big and the small. It's like you could almost use it as a makeup brush. Like it's so soft and smooth, you almost want to rub it on your face. But if you do that, make sure you don't have ink on it, right? Because that would not be good. So I'm just going to take, this is Bubble Bath ink, also a new core color. And I'm just going to carefully add some color to the center-ish, I guess, center area there. Okay, just a little bit there. Set that aside, and then the other stamping that I'm going to do is on this label. I'm using garden green ink, and I'm going to stamp it on the lemon lolly. Your friendship means everything. Okay. That's a nice word stamp. I like that. That's from the Cheerful Daisies. There's some good words you may. I love this. Oops a daisy, so sorry. Wishing you the brightest birthday. Okay, so now we're going to put this together, and I'm going to start with, I'm just going to use one of my business cards. Aren't they cute? I think these are so cute. I'm going to just put my business card here, and what I would probably do is just take like a glue dot and secure my gift card in there. I'm going to use some new ribbon. This is a double pack of ribbon, and I love the green. I'm going to use the pink because it coordinates with my daisies. And I'm just going to take a piece and I'll wrap it around. Literally, this is so quick and easy to make. As you can see, so you can figure out the rest. I'm just going to add the flowers. Whoops. I'm going to tie this in a bow. And I love that you can cut those daisies apart like that. I think that makes it really nice because then you can position it where you want. Okay, I'm going to tie my bow. Little bit. This is a striped ribbon. It's really, really cute. Okay. Now I'm just going to position my flowers, and to do that, I'm going to use mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to put the dimensionals, I'm not going to put a lot on, but any place there's like a wider, like with 2 petals together, anywhere where there's like a little bit wider double petal, I'll put my dimensionals there. And I'm just going to position this about right there like that. I love the pink with the yellow too. I think it's just a fun pop, fresh color. And then I'm going to take this one, and that's just going to be tucked down here again with a dimensional. The mini dimensionals seem to work best for this. I'm actually I think I can get away with just one. Put that right there. And that's just going to overlap the other one. And then this one is also going to be popped up, and that's just going to rest there. So same thing, I'm just going to put a couple mini dimensionals. Just put one there. Dimensionals they hold things pretty well. This is one of those days for me, everything I pick up, I've been dropping. So, okay, there we go. I have that, like that. And then I wanted to add some green, so I just have these, and these can be tucked in anywhere that you want. I ended up cutting this, just putting a little sprig there at the top. Just trim it apart, and then I'm going to use my glue dots. Just put that about there. You know what, I think I'm going to trim this. I don't want this to be too long. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Tuck that in there. Somehow I got 2 glue dots on there, which I really don't need that many, but I'm just going to tuck this here. I'm hiding the end under the flower. There we have that. Actually, you know what, I'm going to put it somewhere else. I'm going to pull it out. I think it might look better over here, just because of how I have my flowers positioned. There, we'll just put that there. And then I'm going to take this one, and I think I'm just going to tuck this under there like that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pick up a glue dot, and slide that in place. Of course, you could put a tea bag. You could do the same idea with a tea bag. You could do a gift card and a tea bag. That would be really fun. And then to finish, I'm just going to add my words. So how quick and easy. Let me grab my big dimensionals for this one. Here we go. Just put one on each side. Hi, Mary Jo. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, I think, and I'm going to tuck this so that those petals kind of overlap onto the little label, the words there. But isn't that cute? And then of course I want to add some embellishments. So I have, these are the Adhesive Back Solid Gems. They are part of the Cheerful Daisy bundle. And I know a lot of you took my Daisy class. And these gems were included in the class. So I'm just going to use the yellow, and I'm just going to sprinkle them. You can put them wherever you want, as many or as few. I'm going to put quite a few on this because I just think they're cute. I'm going to put some up on the wide part of this daisy. Maybe in like some unexpected spots. Like I normally probably wouldn't put one on the petals like that, but I like the look. So why not? There. I think I'll add one more because I like to do an uneven number. Let's see. I thought, well, let's put one right here then. There we go. Okay. So there, look how cute and simple, but wouldn't you like to get this? I would. I don't know who wouldn't really. So that is my just quick, easy little gift card holder. So I will give one of these away. I won't be going live next week because I will be in Norway. But I will be posting, I'll share as much as I can on this page, my I'd Rather Be Stampin' page. So check back here so you can see my comings and goings and what all we're doing. Yes, Colleen says this would make a great end of the year teacher gift. It sure would. I should send that to my own teacher, Faith. My daughter, she's about finishing up her 2nd year as a teacher. So yeah, that would be nice. I know she always would love like a coffee gift card. I think all teachers would probably appreciate that at the end of the year. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to switch back my view, and I'm going to hold this up again so you can see it. There it is. Super cute, fun, bright, cheerful colors. I think that the Daisy Sweet Cheerful Daisies was perfectly named because daisies just make you happy and they're cheerful. So hope that gave you a good idea. Like I said, you could put a tea bag in it. You could do a gift card. You could do both. You could probably fit like a Ghirardelli square of chocolate. That would be fun. Everybody would love to appreciate would love to receive some chocolate, I think. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back. I'll be, like I said, check next week. I'll be sharing what I'm doing and our what all we're doing and some pretty pictures, I'm sure. But thank you all for watching today. And I guess until next time, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.